Junie B. Jones has a peep in her pocket, Chapter 4, Cockle-doodly-doo. On Saturday, Mother came into my room. She said that we were going shopping for clothes for the farm trip. I looked up from my coloring book. No, thank you, I said, on account of I'm getting a fever that day, so I won't actually be going to the farm. Mother laughed. Don't be silly, she said. Then she picked me up and carried me out to the car. Yeah, only here's the problem. You are not respecting my wishes, I said. Mother laughed at me some more. I promise, this will be fun. I did a huffy breath. Whatever. I said, whatever is the grown-up word for that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. And guess what? I was right. Shopping was not fun at all because Mother kept on making me try all these clothes that I didn't want. First, she made me try on a shirt with checkery squares. Then she made me try on big overalls with giant pockets. Plus, she tried a bandana around my neck. And she put me a straw hat on my head. I looked at the mirror and myself. What do you know? I'm a cornball, I said. Only too bad for me because Mother said I looked cute as a button. And she brought those clothes anyway. There she is. Plus, also, she bought me a throwaway camera at the drugstore. After we got home, I started to color again. Mother hanged up my new clothes. Do you want me to show you how to use the camera for your trip now? She asked. No, thank you, I said, on account of I am getting a fever that day, so I won't actually be going to the farm. After that, Mother did a big sigh. She closed my door, and she let me color in peace. I got tricked, because on the day of the trip, I told Mother I had a fever, and the woman did not even take my word for it. Instead, she took my temperature. And so, what kind of trust is that, I ask you? No fever, she said. Then Mother dressed me in my farm clothes and she drove me right to my school. We pulled into the parking lot. Oh no, I said, oh no. Because the bus was right there for the field trip already. It was parked right at the curb. Believe me, Junie B., Mother said, you are going to have a great day. Then she got me out of the car and pulled me to my teacher. Good morning, Junie B., said Mrs. Don't you look cute today? I felt my forehead. I'm ill, I said. Mrs. smiled. I love your straw hat. My head is a flaming fireball, I said. Mrs. bended down next to me, and that bandana is absolutely darling. I am burning to a crinkle, I told her. Crisp, said Mother. Whatever, I said. After that, Mother lifted me onto the bus, and she handed me my backpack with my lunch and camera. She waved goodbye to me. I did not wave back because my hand did not feel friendly. Just then, my bestest friend named Grace came running to me. Junie B., Lucille and I saved you a seat. And she grabbed my arm. She took me way in the back. I sat down next to Lucille. No, said that Grace. That's my seat, Junie B. She quick pulled me up. So where am I supposed to sit then? I asked. Lucille pointed across the aisle. Right there, silly, she said. You're sitting right directly across from Grace and me. And so it's almost like we're sitting together, except you'll be separate. I sat down, but there's nobody to talk to over here, I told her. Just then that meanie Jim jumped in the seat beside me. Me, you can talk to me, he said, laughing. Then he leaned into my ear and hollered, Cockle-doodly-doo! He yelled that right into my eardrum. Too bad you're afraid of roosters, he said. Roosters can tell if you're afraid, Junie B. Ask anybody. Roosters always peck the scaredy heads first. No, they do not, Jim, I said back. You are just making that up, probably. And anyhow, if roosters pecked people's heads off, all farmers would have nub heads. Only they don't. So there. Ha, ha. Jim raised one eyebrow. Are you sure all farmers don't have nub heads? He said, kind of spooky. Are you? He did a grin. Why do you think farmers wear hats? Jim leaned closer. To cover up their nubs. That's why, he whispered. After that, he lifted up my hat. He patted my head, and he said, cockle-doodly-doo all over again. Ooh, that one sounds scary. The next chapter is E-I-E-I-O.